A feature I use almost daily in Photoshop is layer masks. In this image, I'm going to use the Quick Selection tool to select the blue and then use a layer mask with an adjustment layer to make the background, the bar, and everything else black and white. Once I have the blue of this espresso machine selected, I can use my Alt or Option key to clean up the selection. I'll zoom in with Command plus or Control plus a few times and use my space bar to move around. Shift is not needed when you're on the Quick Selection tool. All I do is paint inside to add that logo or clean up the edge at the top right. And if it goes too far into the brass or into the bar, I use spacebar to scoot over and Option or Alt to subtract from the selection. Once I'm finished perfecting this selection, you'll notice Alt or Option, whenever you hold it down, puts a minus indicating you're cleaning up or you're subtracting. But once I'm finished selecting just the blue of the espresso machine, I'm going to add an adjustment layer. And when I add that adjustment layer, it will take the insides of the selection and preserve them in their original color from the original photo. That adjustment layer will be a black and white adjustment layer, and you could spend as much or as little time on this cleaning it up as you'd like because we'll have a mask. The point of masks is to always let me edit the edges and paint with white to reveal or black to block. So I think we're almost there. I hit Command 0, Control 0 to fit in window. I'll use Option or Alt to take away this little bit in the lower left corner. And I never do a selection or a mask without running Refine Edge. I hit that rather quickly, but Refine Edge is on the Options bar across the top of your screen on every selection tool. And with objects, I like to use a lot of smoothing. You could see Radius blends the edge according to the background, and Smart Radius keeps it a little bit more solid. Play with those values on your own. But now I'm ready to add an adjustment layer, and I want to protect the blue, so I chose Select Inverse. And now all the background was selected, and when I hit Add the black and white adjustment layer, as I move the reds, you could see a lot of the brass in the bar is red, or the yellows, a lot of the background and brass in the bar was also in yellow. And if I hide or show that adjustment layer with the layer mask, you could see how the color is preserved or revealed. I've just gone to my regular paintbrush tool, and whenever painting on a mask, I like a hardness between 85 and 95%. That way I get a slightly feathered edge, but it's more crisp. And I left this part out so that you could see if I paint with white, white is painting on the mask and including the black and white adjustment layer. So by painting with white, you are putting more of the black and white on the parts of the bar that I missed. In fact, if I go to the end, hold down Shift, then go to the opposite end, hold down Shift and click again, Photoshop makes a straight line in between those 2 points. I just swapped my colors by hitting the double-sided arrow, and I can do that click, Shift-click trick again. Now when I fit in window, I could zoom in and see if I missed any other edges. Black blocks the black and white effect, revealing more of the color. So you could see as I painted, I brought back more of the brass bars across the top. I swapped my colors to go back to white, and now I've clicked and Shift-clicked to make a nice straight line to blend away the color of the photo, but leave the blue of the original espresso machine. So that click, Shift-click trick I use a lot. You click once where you want to start, you move your mouse where you want it to connect to, hold down Shift, and then click again. And I'm just moving around each edge and painting a little bit in the corners until I'm happy with it and I decide that it's perfect. Shift-Tab hid my panels on the right earlier, and Shift-Tab again will bring them back. But I can hit the eye icon in the Layers panel to see before and after. Try this technique on your own.